Rand ID 355F. Are you finding it harder to get up from a chair, experiencing aches and pains that linger longer than they used to? These could be signs that it's time to pay closer attention to your bone health, especially if you're over 50. After this milestone, bone health becomes a significantly greater concern. Women, particularly after menopause, experience a rapid decline in estrogen, which plays a vital role in bone density. Men also experience age-related bone loss, though typically at a slower rate. This decline increases the risk of osteoporosis, a condition characterized by weakened bones, making them more susceptible to fractures. A seemingly minor fall can lead to a serious break, impacting mobility and overall quality of life. Fortunately, nutrition offers a powerful way to safeguard your skeletal system. Rand ID 056B. But how does nutrition play such a crucial role? The answer lies in understanding bone remodeling, a continuous process where old bone tissue is broken down and replaced with new bone. Think of it like a construction crew constantly renovating a building, tearing down old walls and putting up new ones. Up until around age 30, bone formation typically outpaces bone breakdown. However, as we age, particularly after 50, this balance shifts. Bone breakdown starts to occur at a faster rate than bone formation, leading to a gradual decrease in bone density. This is where diet becomes paramount. The nutrients we consume are the building blocks the construction crew needs to effectively rebuild and maintain strong bones. Rand ID D21A. And what is the most crucial building block for strong bones? Calcium. This mineral is the cornerstone of bone density, making up a significant portion of our skeletal structure. Think of calcium as the cement that holds the bone matrix together. For adults over 50, the recommended daily intake of calcium is generally around 1,200 milligrams. However, simply consuming calcium isn't enough. The body needs to be able to absorb it effectively. Factors like vitamin D deficiency can significantly inhibit calcium absorption. Certain medications and medical conditions can also interfere with calcium uptake. Furthermore, consuming large amounts of caffeine, alcohol, or sodium can also reduce calcium absorption or increase calcium excretion. Rand ID 96F4. So, where can you find this essential calcium? Dairy products are often the first foods that come to mind. A cup of milk, cows or goats, typically provides around 300 milligrams of calcium, while a cup of yogurt can offer even more. Cheese is another excellent source, although portion control is important due to its higher calorie content. If you're lactose intolerant or prefer non-dairy options, there are plenty of alternatives. Fortified plant-based milks, almond, soy, oat, are often enriched with calcium to match or even exceed the levels found in cow's milk. Leafy green vegetables like kale and collard greens also contain calcium, although it may not be as readily absorbed. Tofu processed with calcium sulfate is another good source, as are fortified cereals and juices. Rand ID A197. But remember, calcium alone isn't enough. It needs a partner to truly shine. Vitamin D. Vitamin D acts as a key that unlocks calcium absorption in the gut, allowing it to be utilized by the body for bone health. Without sufficient vitamin D, even a calcium-rich diet may not translate into stronger bones. Our bodies can produce vitamin D when our skin is exposed to sunlight. However, several factors can make it challenging to get enough vitamin D from the sun, especially after 50. These include reduced skin efficiency in producing vitamin D with age, spending more time indoors, living in northern latitudes with less sunlight exposure, and using sunscreen, which blocks UV rays necessary for vitamin D synthesis. Rand ID DFF3. If sunlight isn't a reliable source, where can you get vitamin D? Certain foods naturally contain vitamin D, although the amounts are often limited. Fatty fish like salmon, tuna, and mackerel are good sources. Egg yolks also contain some vitamin D, though less than fatty fish. Many foods are also fortified with vitamin D, including milk, yogurt, cereal, and orange juice. Supplementation can be another option, especially if dietary intake and sun exposure are insufficient. The recommended daily intake of vitamin D for adults over 50 is typically 600 to 800 IU, international units, but some individuals may require higher doses. However, it's crucial to consult with your doctor before starting any vitamin D supplement, as excessive intake can be harmful, Rand ID, 878A. While calcium and vitamin D often steal the spotlight, another essential nutrient plays a critical role in bone health: protein. Protein is vital for building and maintaining bone mass, contributing to the formation of the bone matrix, the structural framework upon which minerals like calcium are deposited. Think of protein as the scaffolding that supports the cement. Calcium. Adequate protein intake helps ensure the bone matrix is strong and resilient. Some misconceptions suggest that high-protein diets can leach calcium from bones. However, research indicates that adequate protein intake is generally beneficial for bone health, especially in older adults. Rand ID, 18C8. So, how can you ensure you're getting enough protein to support your bones? Fortunately, there are many delicious and versatile protein sources to choose from. Excellent animal-based options include lean meats like chicken and turkey, fish, especially fatty fish, which also provide vitamin D, and eggs. Plant-based choices are equally plentiful. Beans and lentils are nutritional powerhouses, packed with protein and fiber. Nuts and seeds are also great sources of protein and healthy fats. Try adding a handful of almonds to your breakfast or sprinkling pumpkin seeds on your salad. Incorporating protein into every meal can help you meet your daily needs. Rand ID, 0AF1. Beyond calcium, vitamin D, and protein, there's another mineral that deserves attention for its role in bone health: magnesium. Magnesium plays a vital role in bone structure, contributing to bone mineral density. It also helps regulate calcium levels in the body, ensuring that calcium is used effectively for bone building rather than being deposited in soft tissues. Magnesium deficiency can manifest in various ways, including muscle cramps, fatigue, and even irregular heartbeat. Chronic magnesium deficiency can negatively impact bone health over time. Rand ID, B8A. How can you boost your magnesium intake? Many delicious and readily available foods are excellent sources of this important mineral. Nuts and seeds, particularly almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds, are packed with magnesium. A quarter cup serving of pumpkin seeds, for example, provides a significant portion of your daily magnesium needs. Leafy green vegetables, such as spinach and kale, are also good sources. Whole grains, like brown rice and quinoa, offer magnesium along with other essential nutrients and fiber. Consider adding a handful of almonds to your morning oatmeal or enjoying a spinach salad with a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds for a magnesium-rich boost. Rand ID, FD28. Now, let's talk about vitamin K, another key player in bone health. Vitamin K acts like a traffic controller, directing calcium to the bones where it's needed most. It plays a crucial role in bone metabolism and helps to activate proteins that are involved in bone mineralization. There are two main forms of vitamin K: vitamin K1, phylloquinone, found primarily in leafy green vegetables, and vitamin K2, menaquinone, found in some animal products and fermented foods. Vitamin K2 is thought to be more effective at supporting bone health because it remains active in the body for a longer period. Rand ID, OS. So, where can you find vitamin K to help direct calcium to your bones? Leafy green vegetables are excellent sources of vitamin K1. Kale, spinach, collard greens, and Swiss chard are all packed with this essential nutrient. Aim to include a serving of leafy greens in your diet most days of the week. For vitamin K2, fermented foods are a good option. Natto, a traditional Japanese dish made from fermented soybeans, is particularly rich in vitamin K2. However, natto has a strong flavor that some people find unappealing. Other fermented foods like sauerkraut and kimchi also contain vitamin K2, although in smaller amounts. Rand ID, D713. While focusing on what to eat is essential, it's also important to be aware of foods and substances that can hinder bone health. Excessive sodium intake can increase calcium excretion through the kidneys, leading to bone loss. High caffeine consumption can also interfere with calcium absorption. Similarly, excessive alcohol intake can negatively impact bone formation and increase the risk of fractures. Processed foods are often high in sodium, unhealthy fats, and added sugars, while lacking essential nutrients, making them detrimental to overall health, including bone health. Moderation is key when it comes to these substances. Rand ID, B34E. Amidst all the talk about specific nutrients, it's easy to overlook the importance of basic hydration. Water is essential for virtually every bodily function, and bone health is no exception. Staying adequately hydrated helps maintain the health of cartilage, which cushions the joints and supports bone structure. Dehydration can also impair nutrient absorption and overall cellular function, indirectly impacting bone health. Aim to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day. This recommendation can vary depending on individual factors like activity level and climate. Rand ID, 03B9. To give you a practical idea of how to incorporate these bone-healthy foods into your daily diet, here's a sample meal plan. Breakfast oatmeal with fortified plant-based milk, topped with almonds and berries. A side of calcium-fortified orange juice. Lunch. Spinach salad with grilled chicken or tofu, pumpkin seeds, and a light vinaigrette. Dinner. Baked salmon with roasted broccoli and quinoa. Snacks. Yogurt, a handful of nuts, or a piece of fruit. Variations. 4 dairy-free options. Use fortified plant-based yogurt or milk. Vegetarians can substitute meat with legumes or tofu. Remember to adjust portion sizes to meet your individual caloric needs and consult with a healthcare professional for personalized dietary advice. Rand ID, 1E5C. Remember, what you eat is only half the equation for strong bones. Exercise, particularly weight-bearing exercise and resistance training, plays a crucial role in stimulating bone growth and preventing bone loss. Weight-bearing exercises, like walking, jogging, dancing, and stair climbing, put stress on your bones, signaling them to become stronger. Resistance training, using weights or resistance bands, helps build muscle mass, which in turn supports bone health. Think of diet as providing the building blocks and exercise as the construction crew that puts those blocks into place. The synergy between diet and exercise is essential for maintaining optimal bone health after 50. Rand ID, 8B52. While this guide provides general information, it's crucial to remember that everyone's needs are unique. Consulting with a doctor or registered dietitian is highly recommended for personalized advice tailored to your individual health conditions, dietary preferences, and lifestyle. A healthcare professional can assess your bone density, evaluate your risk factors for osteoporosis, and provide specific recommendations for calcium and vitamin D intake, as well as other essential nutrients. They can also help you develop a safe and effective exercise plan to support your bone health. Don't hesitate to seek professional guidance to optimize your bone health journey. Rand ID, D99A. Let's clear up some common misconceptions about bone health and diet. Point 1 myth is that dairy is the only source of calcium. As we've discussed, many excellent non-dairy options are available. Another misconception is that high-protein diets are bad for bones. Research shows that adequate protein intake is generally beneficial. Some believe that taking large doses of calcium supplements is always better. However, excessive calcium supplementation can have adverse effects. Getting calcium primarily from food sources is generally preferred. Finally, many assume that bone loss is inevitable with age, while bone density naturally declines. Proactive dietary and lifestyle choices can significantly slow down this process. Rand ID, F330. Making lasting dietary changes can feel overwhelming, so start small and focus on gradual improvements. Swap sugary drinks for water or unsweetened tea. Add a serving of leafy greens to your meals a few times a week. Choose calcium-rich snacks like yogurt or a handful of almonds. Read food labels to identify sources of calcium, vitamin D, and other bone-healthy nutrients. Plan your meals in advance to ensure you're incorporating a variety of nutrient-rich foods. Experiment with new recipes that feature bone-healthy ingredients. Remember that consistency is key. Small, sustainable changes over time can have a significant impact on your bone health. Rand ID, D91F. Taking control of your bone health after 50 is an investment in your future well-being. By prioritizing a balanced diet rich in calcium, vitamin D, protein, magnesium, and vitamin K, and by incorporating regular weight-bearing exercise and resistance training into your routine, you can significantly reduce your risk of osteoporosis and fractures. It's never too late to start making positive changes, even small steps can lead to significant improvements in your bone density and overall health. So, take action today to nourish your bones and enjoy an active, fulfilling life for years to come.